Albert Camus and Ecclesiastes caught my attention because I realized they were describing almost exactly the same human experience. They were not giving the same answer, but they were standing in the same wound. So I condensed what I think they were both seeing into one sentence. The world is readable, but not ownable. I'm here to unpack it. Human beings do not only live. We also ask what life means. We want our work to matter. We want love not to be swallowed by death. We want justice to be more than a temporary human preference. We want the good to be rewarded, evil to be answered, and suffering to have some place within the whole. We want reality to make sense, and then we actually live in it. Good people suffer. The wicked sometimes flourish. Hard work does not guarantee success. Wisdom does not protect us from every mistake. People we love die. Things we build pass into the hands of people who may not care about them. Even the happiest moments cannot be made to stay. There is a collision between what the human heart reaches for and what life seems willing to give us. Albert Camus called this the absurd. For Camus, the absurd is not simply the claim that life is meaningless. It is the confrontation between our demand for meaning and the apparent silence of the world. We ask for a final answer. The world gives us beauty, suffering, work, love, repetition, chance, and death. But it does not hand us the complete explanation we want. Camus thought we should face that honestly. We should not escape it through suicide. We should not cover it with false certainty. We should continue living, creating, and choosing, even without possessing an ultimate answer. That is his revolt. There is something I genuinely respect in that. Camus refuses cheap consolation. He refuses to call suffering simple. He refuses to pretend the wound is not there. But when I return to Ecclesiastes, I notice something. Ecclesiastes sees the same wound. The wise die like the fool. The righteous suffer. The oppressed have no comforter. The poor wise man saves a city and is forgotten. The race is not always won by the swift. The battle is not always won by the strong. Time and chance happen to everyone. Ecclesiastes does not protect us from reality. It forces us to look directly at it, and it gives this experience a word: hevel. Hevel is often translated as vanity or meaninglessness, but the image behind the word is breath, vapor, mist, or smoke, something real but impossible to grasp. You can see it, you can experience it, but you cannot close your hand around it and make it stay. That changed the way I understood the whole book. Ecclesiastes is not saying that work is unreal. It is saying that work cannot become permanent gain. It is not saying pleasure is worthless. It is saying pleasure passes. It is not saying wisdom has no value. It is saying wisdom cannot defeat death or guarantee outcomes. It is not saying love, friendship, food, beauty, and joy do not matter. It is saying they are gifts rather than possessions. Life is real. Life is good. But life cannot be held. That is the first half of Hevel. Then, as Ecclesiastes develops, the problem becomes deeper. Life cannot only be held. Life cannot be fully understood from inside it. Why does the righteous person sometimes perish, while the wicked person continues? Why is justice delayed? Why does wisdom help without guaranteeing success? Why do events refuse to follow the moral pattern we think they should? Why can human beings sense that there is a hole while being unable to see that hole from beginning to end? Now Hevel is not only fleetingness, it is opacity. Life does not fully explain itself to us. And this is where Ecclesiastes comes closest to Camus. Both recognize that human beings want more clarity than they possess. Both reject shallow optimism. Both know that our projects are unstable. Both understand that death interrupts every attempt to turn life into final gain. They stand in the same wound, but they do not give the same diagnosis. Camus sees the apparent silence of the world and concludes that the absurd is the permanent relationship between human longing and reality. Ecclesiastes sees our inability to possess the whole and concludes that human beings are finite participants living from a partial perspective. That difference is everything, because I began to wonder whether the absurd is really evidence that reality has no meaning, or whether it may be evidence that meaning cannot be possessed from below. That is where the LUTS model begins. The world is readable, but not ownable. Readable means reality is not simply chaos. We genuinely discover things about it. Science can read patterns in nature. Philosophy can ask about being, knowledge, and goodness. Conscience responds to the moral weight of our actions. Beauty discloses order, form, and depth. Love shows us that another person can matter beyond their usefulness to us. Even suffering reveals that something has gone wrong, because pain only wounds us so deeply when we sense that life should be otherwise. The world can be read, but it cannot be owned. No person possesses the whole map. No philosophy exhausts reality. No scientific model contains everything that exists. No moral rule allows us to calculate every consequence. No amount of wisdom turns life into a system of guaranteed outcomes. And no human being can stand outside existence and look down upon the whole, as though reality were an object held in the mind. We are inside the world we are trying to understand. We are participants before we are masters. This changes the question. Instead of asking only, why will reality not satisfy my demand for complete meaning? UTS also asks, why do I expect reality to become ownable simply because I desire it to be? That does not dismiss the human longing for meaning. It takes it seriously. But it also questions our demand for possession. We do not merely want meaning to be real. We want it to be available on our terms. We want guarantees. We want immediate justice. We want suffering to become explainable before we have even finished suffering. We want wisdom to protect us from chance. We want joy without loss, love without vulnerability, work without frustration, life without death. We want the whole map while still walking inside the landscape. And when reality refuses, we are tempted to conclude that there is no map at all. LUTS rejects both extremes. It rejects despair, which says, because I cannot possess meaning, there is no meaning. And it rejects false certainty, which says, because reality is meaningful, I should be able to explain everything. The answer is neither possession nor surrender. The answer is faithful participation. Faithful participation means receiving life without pretending to own it. It means acting responsibly under partial sight. It means doing good without controlling every outcome. It means enjoying what is here without demanding that it last forever. It means seeking wisdom without using wisdom as a technique for becoming invulnerable. It means telling the truth about suffering without allowing suffering to become the final interpretation of existence. This is where Ecclesiastes becomes practical. Eat the meal. Do the work in front of you. Love the person who is actually there. Walk with others. Tell the truth. Remember that you will die. Do not wait for perfect certainty before acting. Do not spend your whole life chasing an imagined future while refusing the life within sight of your eyes. The fact that joy passes does not make joy meaningless. It makes joy a gift. The fact that love makes us vulnerable does not make love a mistake. It means love must be received rather than controlled. The fact that work can be forgotten does not mean work has no value. It means work cannot carry the full weight of your existence. And the fact that reality exceeds your understanding does not mean reality is unintelligible. It means the order is deeper than your model. That, to me, is how LUTS answers the absurd. Not by pretending the absurd is imaginary, not by explaining every wound, not by giving a slogan to someone who is suffering, but by refusing to confuse our limited possession of meaning with the absence of meaning itself. Life cannot be held. Life cannot be fully understood, but life can still be received. The map is partial. The path is walked, and wisdom is not ownership of the whole. Wisdom is learning how to live faithfully within it. Camus was right to tell us not to lie. Ecclesiastes was right to tell us not to grasp. And LUTS brings those insights together by saying, Tell the truth about the wound. Accept the limits of your perspective. Receive what is actually given. Act under partial sight. Do not turn mystery into meaninglessness, and do not turn meaning into possession. The world is readable, but not ownable. And once we stop demanding that reality fit inside our hands, we may finally learn how to live within it.